What's up, guys? So thank you for tuning in. It's going to be a very short one, very short one, short and sweet. If you followed my live last night, one moment. Sorry, guys, I had to catch that. So I promised you guys last night I was going to have the very beautiful, the very elegant, the very intelligent Celue Doe and her siblings on here. Hey, Tia, how are you? On today, it's going to be really short. I'm sure you have seen them a lot in the media, but you never really got to meet them one-on-one outside all of the other preparation. Okay, I see Celue. Let me see if I can bring her on. Okay, so while I'm adding, get situated, you're gonna listen to some really nice music. Hey, Celue, I tried to bring you on. Just go on the live and come back again. Let me try one more time. Invite. So I'm adding you, Celue. It says adding, and sometimes Facebook will not add it. Then you have to get out of the page and come back on again. So it says adding. So hopefully add Celue. I'm trying to add Celue on here. It says adding. Sometimes you have to restart and come back. You have to go out, restart, and come back. Okay, so Celue, it still says adding. It still says adding, Okay, I see your hi. Let me try again. Let me hold on to here. So Celue, go out. Can Obadiah try his on the phone? So just go out of the live and come back. Let me see. Let me try here too. Just go out and come back. So I'm adding you again. It says I couldn't add you. So just go out and come back, Celue. Thank you, love. So guys, for those of you just tuning in, shortly she's trying to go out and come back. I see an invite. Let me try it again. So I'm adding Celue Doe. It says adding the blood of Jesus. Adding.
Everybody put your phone on silent. Please put your phone
Are we almost there? We're almost there, Celue. I see your screen came on. It's kind of dark. Sometimes Facebook does that. No, hold on. Maybe I can see you, but I can look from my other phone, but I think the audience can see you. Just hold on. Don't hang up. Sometimes Facebook does that. Hold on. If they can see you on another phone, then it's fine. Hold on. Let me just go to my live. Because sometimes I can see you, but the audience can see you.
It's always the front facing camera, right?
Can you guys see Celue? If the people who are watching, if you can see her, just type that you can see her, please. If you can see her, can you type that you can see her? No, your screen is black. Where you are is actually black.
I wonder if it's front. Hold on.
Yeah, so you did come on, but they can't actually see you. So can we try it one more time and see if you come on with the full pic? So let's try again.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Okay, let's see.
You see Obadiah?
Let me try that again. Okay, so they can see her. Yeah, I told her to go come back. Let me try again. Let me add her again and see. Now it's not letting me. It's adding again. It's adding again. Okay, so you're here, but it's dark. Okay, so you are here. Okay, now they can see you. I can see you, but I'm looking on my other phone because I can see Obadiah up here. So it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see Obadiah because he's the one on.
Okay. So there should be.
And I can see Tia and I can see Celue, so I can see all of you on the other phone. Wonderful.
Okay.
Wonderful.
All right.
So welcome, guys. I'm so excited after interfacing with you guys for so long and on the media. Welcome.
It's too far.
No, you guys are
Chris.
good because I mean, whoever is not talking can just kind of move the phone around, and you guys can just show your face one at a time. But I think it's kind of good. So I can see Tia.
Yeah. So you see Tia. Hi, I'm Celue. Tia.
Yeah. And I'm Kareca. Obadiah.
Who's holding the phone? Can they just go around to the faces? Okay, good. There's Obadiah. Yes.
Celue.
Tia.
I'm Kareca.
Obadiah.
Did you see everybody?
Yes. So they see everybody. So guys, we have some of those children here with us. Some of the siblings, you have seen them from their father's memorial all the way up to where they participated in all of the programs for truth and reconciliation and for unity. And I just want to tell you guys, thank you, because that's a huge thing. It shows a lot that you guys made all that effort. So, Celue, we have seen you a lot in the news and everything, but just tell us who Celue is, because I know there's a lot more to Celue than what we see every day with her holy interviews.
Okay. Celue is a wife, a mother, married to my lovely husband, Brian. We have two beautiful girls. We live in Paris, France, pursuing my PhD. Recently, last year, obtained my
I'm sorry, Obadiah, can you
master's.
shift the phone a little bit so we can see Celue, because she's almost
Okay,
hidden
okay.
from the phone.
Sorry. Sorry, can you see me now?
We can see just your
Is this
hair. We
okay?
can see Tia really good.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Oh, there
I
you
don't
go.
know. Okay,
Yes,
is this
now we
better?
got you. Yes,
Okay, so yeah, because first, sorry, never ever done this before. Okay,
not
so
a
this is my
problem.
first time actually going on a live. So apologies. Yes. So Celue, I am. Uh, I live in Paris, live in France, doing my PhD in diplomacy and international relations. I'm married. I have two children, and we live in Paris. And of course, as you know, daughter Celue Doe, um, grew up in Liberia till 7, and then we moved during the 1990 war. So, and I am a fun person. I'm a Leo. Birthday's coming up next month. I'm excited. Always a good time. And I'm someone who loves life, love people, love family, but also love to be alone. Love my me time. So I'm an extrovert who really appreciates being an introvert. So
Oh,
that's
you
how I
got that
am.
Sagittarius vibe like me, huh?
Yeah, I think Sagittarius is a fire sign, right? Is it a fire
Yes,
sign? Yes. So
yes.
Leos are fire signs. So us and Aries, it seems like we really vibe. We can get on each other's nerves because we're so similar. But yeah, I tend to get along with, other fire signs. So yeah.
So where do you fall in line with the siblings? Are you towards the top 10 of the elder sibling, or you're in the middle?
Uh, that's such a loaded question because when you consider the fact that there's like 30, 32, I mean, I happen to know like 20 something, but I think until we write down everybody's names and birthdays and see where we fall, but growing up with who I grew up with, we were one of the youngest ones,
Okay, so you will go
in
towards
the
the younger,
household.
the youngest.
But in the
Okay,
grand scheme of things, with all the siblings, when you consider everybody that have come together as Celue Doe's children, then I'm sure, because there's the ones who were born in the 70s, then the ones who were born in the early 80s, mid 80s, late 80s, and then finally 1990s. So, I'm part of the ones that came in the 80s after our dad became president, head of state, what have you.
great. Okay, so we will come back to you. We just need to switch on to the next person next to you because we need to get to know everybody. So the next person to you is, I think, Tia.
Yes. Hello, everyone.
Hi, Tia.
Hi. Um, I would like to apologize, first of all. I know the first time, most people saw me, it was in a chaotic state where I felt like I was fighting for my
Right,
family.
right.
So I apologize. That was not a pretty image I want out there. However, things happen. We're so family. But
Right.
my name is Tia. I am born to a beautiful Sierra Leonean Empress, Madama. Um, and I'm excited to even join my family. I reconnected with Celue, I think 13 years ago.
Yeah, what
Yeah,
was it,
about
like
Wow.
2013?
13, yeah,
Oh
13 years
wow.
2013,
ago.
2014.
Yes.
Oh wow.
But my starting years as a child, the other side of the door knew me. So unfortunately, I'm in between both sides because again, my whole perception of everything that's happening is that no matter what, we're still family.
Right.
So excuse me if I change up the conversation a bit. It's just based on my
Not a
perception.
problem.
Um,
Right.
so yes, I am August 11th, 1990. I can't remember to say my birthday out, but yes, I'm August 11th, 1990. Um, man, my personality. So I'm actually a bit like Celue. Um, I work as a diplomat. I work in the United Nations. I've got 7 years as the U.S. Army. Um, man, what else? Ask me questions. I think it would be
There's
better than.
something unique
Uh,
about you because when you were speaking, people said, where's a British accent coming from? Where did your British accent come from?
so I grew up in Sierra Leone. My mother is Sierra Leonean,
Oh, okay.
and yet, yes. So and also we've got a strong tie to the UK, and growing up within those environments, definitely my accent blended with the UK accent,
Definitely. I mean,
and
all the
also with the
British in you came out. I mean, like everything British came out.
Yes, yes. Unfortunately, the American side subsided while I was in that range.
So you say you serve in the military also?
Yes, yes, U.S. Army.
Wow. Thank you for your service. I'm
Yes,
saluting with
ma'am.
the wrong hand, but I have to salute you, girl.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow. That's impressive. You see,
Thank
you
you.
see, that's why, and like you said, it's not good to judge people based on the situation or even it's good to get to know people for who they are. I would have
Yeah,
never known that. We would have never known that. The public would have never known that we are looking at a veteran that's serving one of the greatest armies in the world. I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much for your service.
thank
seven
you.
years. And
Thank
now
you.
you are a
Thank
diplomat and you work with the United Nations.
Yes, I work with the United Nations again for another 7 years, and now
Wow.
mainly an entrepreneur. I work under
Wow.
four African countries, African presidents to be precise, and I'm looking to actually do a project in Liberia before I found out about our father's reburial. So
Nice.
it's a big like, again, the scenarios around our lives is a bit chaotic, but I promise you, and I really want to extend again another
Right.
apology to the public for seeing us, or in case you might have perceived us to be, we're not dramatic. I promise you, we're not. Each one of us are very kind, and I feel like this is such an important time for us, for the public to get to know us. It's easy
Right.
for you to hear one side, and
Right.
I made a statement a couple of days ago that when a lie tells a lie for too long and lie becomes to be the truth because no one
Right.
is challenging the lies. So why speculations might have gone out there, it looks like, oh, we are outside children. That in itself is the biggest disrespect to our father. And you cannot say you love your father and you're calling your own siblings outside children. That is disrespect of the highest order to your own blood. Forget us, to your own father. So again, personally, my whole um, experience and perception of the whole scenario is really just a messy family affairs that's outside. And I really, again, I want to extend it to the public. We're not here to bash our sister. Unfortunately, they don't see us as though we are sisters, but we're going to stand on it. because that's who we are, that's who we were raised to be. And it's important for everyone to know that every family has a problem.
Right.
Unfortunately, our own problem is out in the public domain.
Correct.
But if you equally ransack every other family, you will see
Correct.
that within their own family dynamics, their own problem is just as worse, if not more, than
Right.
ours. And so while other people are equally speculating, they're calling my brother a country meat. Again, that is so disrespectful. You don't know him.
Correct.
What if I ask you the question, did your father marry your mother? No. The answers might be
Right.
no, right? And
Right.
are your situations different than mine? The question, the answer might be no. So
Correct.
what gives you the infantry to call us these ridiculous names? Because it doesn't matter at the end of the day whether we are outside or inside. Could you please
To
hold
the
this for
left
me?
or to the right, on the top or on the bottom,
Yes,
it's the
it
same
doesn't matter,
DNA.
because you know what?
Right.
It's the same thing. And
Right.
again, I tell people that are judging us, put yourself in our shoes.
Right.
Again, check within the African family dynamics. Most women don't have a father. And
Right.
that's not a bad thing. It's not a good thing. It just is. You don't know what
Correct.
situations the child was conceived in. You might not even know what situation you were conceived in. So for you to find so much comfort in taking aside to humiliate us, that in itself says a lot about people.
You
And
as a
I
person. Correct.
you as a, yes, ma'am, you as a person. So it's
Right.
equally important. Like now, the only thing I'm really pleading with the Liberian people is don't take any side. I want you to simply process the information for yourself. Stand in our
Right.
shoes and really see how things are from all perspective, not just one. Again, a lot of speculations have gone on, a lot of conversations have happened over the background, and I'll tell you one of them that is even more ridiculous. When they said Zoe took the body, that was a lie. I was there. I was there. I went to Grand Judah before my siblings. The president ordered for the remains to go back. Just our father, because again, the two funerals was not even supposed to happen. You know, again, these are things that I sincerely wish that our siblings and I had the opportunity to discuss properly. It would have been done better. But
Right.
unfortunately, it didn't happen. So, again, speculations, all of these things that are being said, and people that don't know. You know how I know people don't know, honey? Today, somebody looked at me and called me mommy. I'm like, oh my God, you really
Yes, but
don't
you
know.
know what's
And then,
interesting, Tia? Every time I post you guys, they will call Celue mommy. And I keep saying, no, that's Celue. Mommy has
no,
already
but that's
traveled.
fine.
You guys look so much
Yes.
alike.
Yes, but you know what? Honestly, Christiana, it's also because people don't know all of us. So if you don't know all of the children, how dare you stand behind or sit behind your keyboard and you're typing all of these things? Again, if we are sincerely after peace, and now after today's monumental celebration,
Right.
it's so important for us all to really come together and really look at the bigger picture. What are we fighting for?
Right.
What's the bigger purpose here? And
Right.
and I really want to say this, forgive me, and I know I'm talking a lot, please forgive me.
No,
And I
go
really
ahead.
want
Go
to
ahead.
say
It's
this.
quite okay.
I really want to say this to everybody, to even my sisters and my brothers. If you can forgive Prince Johnson for killing your father in such an
Yes,
inhumane way,
that
and you
part.
can't forgive us for being born,
That part.
your siblings, we never dated anything to you. And you publicly humiliate us every time. Ask yourself, why are you so bitter? Honey, that is not healthy. That's not the way to go. Why are you so bitter? Why are you so angry at us? We don't want anything. We've never gained anything. Let the people ask them, why are you hating these kids so bad? We've never touched anything. I've never touched any piece of property. I've never cared for it. All I've cared for all my life was knowing my family. And it's such a painful thing when you know there are families out there, but you don't know them. Again,
Right.
I'm not talking to coax anybody's ego. I'm talking to people's heart. Use your heart,
Right.
use your mind, and think critically. Why? Why are you so bent and on pushing us aside? For what? What's this hate about? Why are you constantly, for what? What did we do to you? Again, you
But
can
you know,
forgive a
Tia,
killer.
let me just interject there for a minute. Sometimes, Tia, when people hurt other people, it comes from a place of hurt also. It may not
Okay.
be personal towards you. People, everybody's fighting their own battles. It may be something they are dealing with, and you may just be the person who gets that anger in the end.
Oh, yes.
But one
Oh,
thing for
yes. Oh, yes.
sure, no matter how long this takes, we all will live a day to see you all united, and it's going to happen. I don't care how
I
long it
pray
takes.
so.
Everybody's mad now, everybody's hurt now, but it's going to happen.
Honestly and truly, when I'll go back to the part of me stopping the convoy, because that's when people lost it. The plan was very simple. Protocol was set. They traveled throughout the night. They went to nine cities,
They
and
they left Monrovia. The first county, I believe, was what? Bon County? Magibie County.
Yeah.
Then what? Bon County. Then next was Nimba County, and then
Just
Grand
Celue
Juliette
talking, can
County.
you just switch on to Celue? Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
so
And
no,
so, yeah. So I just want to conclude that part, and I'll let the floor be open to somebody else. And so while they went throughout these counties, events were done, prayer was done, ceremonies were done, all the works. When they got to
So
Grand Jude,
let me just stop you there. So protocol was set for multiple stops, all the way up to
all
Zwedru.
of it. Yes, yes, yes. And so when they got to Tucson, myself and my brother Kareca, we had already been there. We got there like 7:20. All the elders came out. Some were sick, but they sat down, waited. And then around 9 something, 8 something tonight, that we heard that the convoy passed Tucson, and the elders literally broke down in tears. I forgot about my pain. I was in pain because I saw them crying.
So let me
And
ask, there's been some questions about why the body was going to stop in Tucson. How long was it going to be in Tucson for?
the
okay,
same
30 minutes.
30 minutes. 30 minutes, just like the
30
rest of the
minutes.
flow.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Hi, Christina. So the protocol was set, printed, everything written, approved by all the higher ups. So everything went according to plan. The only thing that did not go according to plan was stopping in Tucson for the 30 minutes.
Traditional right.
So you
Okay.
can, there's documents that was distributed to everybody. I mean, not officially given to us, but for me being connected and part, of certain ministries, I was able to gain access to it. So everything was broken down, how the superintendents and leaders in each county, leaving Monrovia, going to Margie, the leadership of Margie through the superintendent would transfer the body over to the next leader and next, and then how they was going to stop at the Sestos River, which is the entrance from Nimba into Grand Chita, and then proceed on to stop in each town. I think they slept in Toll Town, right? And didn't stop in all the other towns, sled towns and stuff. But what was listed, which was 30 minutes in Tucson, the man, our father's home county, was
Right.
bypassed. And like Tina was saying, everybody was out, everybody was waiting, the whole town excited. The people who went on the road came back and said, the convoy passed. We're like, what do you mean the convoy passed? And the phone started ringing, and we were hearing they're not coming to Tucson. And like Tia said, it was as if the sky was falling. It was as if somebody just ripped, your heart out. Because anybody who knows Kareca Doe knows that Kareca Doe loved his people, loved Tucson. Tucson was his heart, his soul. That man would leave Monrovia, go to Tucson any chance he could. He loved his people, and his people loved him. So it was like, hold up. He's not coming. And then that's when we started to hear, the rumors they're going to bring, there was an attempt to kidnap or to hijack or to take the body and do ritualistic. And then I heard Celue and Zoe, they want to do ritualistic medicine and witchcraft and all kind. And we're just like, what in the world are people talking? What kind of thing is being said out there? What kind of devious lies is being spread? And I'm just like, and like Tia said, for me, it wasn't even about my pain. It's like, I'm looking around and they're looking at us for answers. Like, what are we going to do? What, like crying, the elderly, the children, confusion. Just people didn't know. And Tia and my brother right next to her, who you're going to meet next, they're the ones who were like, we're going, like, they couldn't, the hurt, the pain in them. She was like, I can't believe, I have to go. I have to go find out why. And then they raced to Zwedru, and then where you guys saw everything ensued afterwards and what took place. But it was set. It was supposed to be that way. Okay, it was supposed to be the stopping in Tucson.
In
But
Tucson.
because
Okay.
of, yes, it wasn't no unplanned thing. It was planned. It was according to all the protocol. It was according to protocol. But whatever lies, whatever evilness, whatever wickedness that got flipped and turned into Celue wants to do ritualistic things, and Zopenu wants to take, like, we don't even know what's in the casket. We
And
don't know nothing.
that was my
We're just,
next question, Celue. There's been a lot of controversy about what's in the casket.
we're not even the ones that can
We don't
answer that.
know.
We don't know.
We barely
Honest
got
to God,
invited.
we don't know. We don't know. I asked the question in the presence of the cabinet ministers, of the president. I asked the state, the people who was in charge of the reburial, the committee, and the response just blew everybody's minds, and I just can't even repeat it. But perhaps someone will come out and say what they know, but for me, it's just too troubling to even repeat. I can't, what Stryker Funeral Home said is just like mind-blowing, but we don't know anything. I just want to make it clear that I'll speak for myself. I, Celue Doe, had no involvement whatsoever with every single thing you saw unfold. I don't even know what the program, I didn't pick any songs, I didn't pick anything, I didn't pick nothing. I had nothing to do with that. Let's
So
make it
let me
emphatic.
ask you this, Celue. After the funeral in Zwedru, have any of you guys been able to go and lay a wreath on the casket?
No, we haven't, because after that event happened.
Let me just.
Okay, Tia, say something.
Okay, before we get there, um, the chaos that took place when we were trying to ask questions of why the convoy did not stop in our father's home was mind-blowing. And for us to even Like they wanted to arrest us. They were calling the soldiers to move us out of the way.
Hold up right there.
My
Who
sister,
wanted to arrest y'all?
yes, yes. Watch the videos, my love. That's it. If you see how, oh, you know, that's why I say I want people to really do a thorough assessment. Why would you skip your father's home? If is
I think I've lost the volume. Okay.
if this can you hear me? No, I said I want people to truly ask, why was it okay for our father's home to be skipped? Why? What was the plan? If this was supposed to be a reburial to honor our father, if we're trying to restore peace into the land, if we were trying to truly acknowledge his presence as a president before he was murdered, and really let his people say a final goodbye. For me, my stopping of the convoy, that was my main intent. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? No answer was given. And so because of that, I made peace because I knew that their overall intent was not honor, it was not love, it wasn't about restoration. You cannot talk about restoring or reburial of SKD and not think about the overall picture surrounding SKD. SKD's reburial was monumental, not just for us, the children. And this is exactly what I said when the soldiers were asking, oh, why are you doing this? I said, this, you have to understand, this is beyond us. His reburial was a significant point of restoration for Liberia, for the families that passed away with him, for every single person in Tucson that never got closure, for them to actually finally have that moment where they cried their last cry and made peace. Again, even if it's just bones, but the significance of it. So
Right.
because of all that happened, I lost my appetite to go to the burial. And of course, I don't want drama. As
Okay.
dramatic as that case was, I don't want drama. And again, this our family problem, and I will not want to rob the Liberian people out of the experience of the
Right.
burial. So I did not attend. My brother did not attend. We let them have their burial. Again, let me just say this. I understand how they feel, right? Because their mother passed away. So looking at things objectively, having these two burials together was not the best thing because they are still hurting, they are grieving, and I get that. And because of their grieving, they are not is even seeing that we are also grieving, that the Liberian people are grieving, all of us are grieving. So it became more mainly about their own pain, where it was way more bigger than that. So because I understood the sensitivity of everything, I did not attend the burial. And I made peace with that. My soul is at peace. I know I tried. I know I went back to the elders in Tucson. In fact, I didn't even continue to the stadium. I went back to Tucson and I told the elders, I said, I tried. Celue was at home, devastated, my other siblings, everybody. I said, we tried, but there's nothing for us to do. We just take it as it is. So in a way, it's like we're just guests. You just go, you sit down, you follow their order. But how can that be? SKD belongs to everybody, not just his children. What about his people? And anyone that knows Samuel Kenyatta will know that SKD was more than just a president. He was a people person, and he also loved his family. Unfortunately, we are in chaos.
Well, like you said earlier, Tia, sorry. Every family have their own dynamics. They have their own chaos going in the back. And like you said, unfortunately, yours came to the front. But the
Yep.
good thing is you guys have worked so hard to make sure this doesn't define you as a family and as siblings. And I even saw you making fun out of yourself, calling yourself the outside children were outside. I just thought that was
Yes,
so funny.
yes,
But when you can make fun out of yourself, it's also a sign of healing and accepting things and moving on. So it's a
yes.
good thing you are not letting this define you. And again,
No,
like you rightly said, people need not to take sides. They need to look at everything from the side and just watch it unfold. Because no matter how long it takes, you guys have one DNA. Inside, outside, the left, the right, the black, the yellow, the blue, everybody has the same DNA. And somewhere down the line, we're not even going to be there when you guys meet
yes,
and iron out your differences.
yes.
And it's going to happen. So I will let you rest a little bit. We'll go on to the young man next to you.
Yes. He's
Kareca.
actually my older brother. I'm their little
Oh, he's
baby.
the older brother. Okay.
He's older than Tia. Tia's the youngest. Tia was born August 1990, and our dad died September.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So this is
Yes.
Kareca. Can we, yeah, move the camera more towards him a little more?
Kareca,
Okay.
can you see him?
We can see part of his face.
Uh,
So he needs to move
maybe,
towards Tia. Yes.
okay,
Thank you.
closer.
Can you see me now?
So you are Kareca.
Yes, ma'am.
Is your name a
Uh,
combination of two names? Because it's kind of unique.
Very.
uh, First of all, I would like to say my thanks and appreciation to you and your team for affording me the opportunity to be on your platform at this time.
You're
Once
welcome,
again, my name
Kareca.
is Kareca. My name is Kareca Doe, one of the surviving sons of the late President Samuel Kareca. My late mother
Okay, are
gave
you
my
based in
grandchildren to the
Morovia,
practice.
Kareca? You're based in Morovia?
Yeah, throughout my life, I've been in Monrovia and Grand Gila County.
Okay. So I heard Tia say you are her older brother. Do you guys share one mother?
No, we have the
Okay.
same father, but we've been chatting over the years, just as Celue just
Wonderful.
stated.
Wonderful. Okay.
Yeah.
So you
Throughout my
didn't
life,
tell me
I've
what
been
the name Kareca came from. How did you get Kareca?
yes, I was told by my family that my late father, named me that name after a Brazilian footballer.
Oh, okay. Kareca,
Yeah.
a
So
Brazilian footballer.
I was like 1 year, 6 months. My father took me to Tucson to be there with the other family.
So you grew up in Tucson.
Yeah, in the neighboring Ivory Coast. Throughout my life, I've been a refugee. Thank God for the opportunity to meet my family, my sisters today in Liberia. I'm not somewhere disenchanted about what other people have to say about us, the Osa children. Reason being, where I come from very long distance, where today God spared my life to have the opportunity to be a mountain is an honor.
Amen.
So for me, I'm a farmer. So I've been
You
only
are a
one.
farmer. So what do you farm and where's your farm?
Actually, we are posted at our late father village in Grand Gila, Tucson, where we started
Okay.
farming.
Okay.
So based on some challenges and difficulty, I decided to go back to Grand Gila and be on a farm where tomorrow we'll have the opportunity for our brothers and sisters will come back to invest because our
Right.
father used to love farming. He used to let to feed people.
So the
So
farming
when I
that you
lost,
do, Kareca, do you do it for commercial farming or basically just to sustain you and the rest of the people in the town?
no, it's not a business, but it's a commercial farming where we plant cocoa, we plant
Oh
rice,
wow.
we cassava and other stuff,
Okay. Okay.
so we can be able to feed ourselves.
Great. How long you
So
been farming for? How many years?
from the past 4 years now, 4 years, I started from 2021,
So what's the
July.
biggest challenge with you farming? Or what's the biggest challenge you face with the farming thing on that? And what's the biggest issue you have with the farming?
The challenge here is the lack of tools because we need tools because our late father used to like to farm. So actually, the difficulty and challenge is the material to be used on the farm. This is my major challenges. So I was able to explain all these problems to my sisters. All of them, they are all of them, they are involved. Probably if you go back, they will try to help me in that capacity where we will be able to feed our people, because our dad once told us that we should love and lead by example. So in so doing, going back is a volunteer work, because when I found this year, I encouraging every family member of Tucson to join us so that be able to get small food for their family, because that is what our father loved to do. He loved doing during his administration.
Are you
So
aware of the Farmers Union in Liberia? Are you part of the Farmer Union?
no. I'm actually I'm trying to go in that direction, but hopefully through the
Correct.
help and financial support of my sisters and other family members, we're going to do it independently on our own as those
Okay.
children.
Because one of the cool things about being part of the Farmer Union, I know sometimes a lot of grants and things come through from the UN and other agencies to help small farmers. You may want to join the union though.
Yeah, actually, I have it in mind, but because I'm always in consultation with my sisters and my other brothers
Okay.
so that they can be able to come in. So I didn't rush to go to join the family union, because probably they may be able to step in to help us in other ways.
Okay.
So I will always waiting on them what they will say, what they
Okay.
want to do. Because when I'm currently posted at the village, I always count on them,
Okay.
because I'm only serving there as an individual, but every one of us, it belongs to us. The farm belongs to us, because our father have over 44,000 acres.
Wow.
Yeah. So currently we occupy about 400 hectares, and we got about 350 that is filled with cocoa.
Wow.
Yeah. Through the partnership of other the guys from Burkina Faso, they are helping us to help us
Okay.
with cocoa seeds and other materials.
Okay.
So through the help of
I
God,
would definitely want to link with you after this because I don't know much about farming per se, but I know a lot of other people who are part of this farmers union, farmers association. It's not just about monetary help. Sometimes they show you new ways to cultivate plants, new techniques and stuff. So you definitely need to link up with those people. It will really help you in what you are doing.
certainly, ma'am, certainly. So what I'm trying to do now is, before they leave for their various destination, we will have a family meeting where they will come up with suggestions, what I need to do, what I need to
Correct.
do, what are ways to move forward. So I'm trying to be in collaboration with them, because I'm the only person there currently, and thank God for their prayers. They've been there encouraging me to do the right thing, and I'm looking forward to doing the right thing.
Okay, thank you so much. And the last person on here, but not the least, is our own man, Obadiah.
Yeah.
Where was celebrated though? Don't tell me Obadiah in our kitchen looking for food to eat. Oh.
I'm trying. It's right in front of you. I'm trying you.
Obadiah,
You
how
can
you
see
get
it.
food, baby? So my man, we doing interview looking for food to eat to go eat again.
No.
Obadiah, what you
You
say,
can
Brabi?
see
What you say? What your problem?
What again? What happening?
Yeah, man, we're talking seriously looking for food again. Yeah, man, Obadiah, I'm enjoying you, man. What's that now?
it.
So you are one of the people that may not need a lot of introduction because we all have seen you, we all follow you. I think you the only door that got plenty name. AR door, contact me door, left door, back door, front door, chat GTP door. You won't got all the name Obadiah. So I think everybody already know Obadiah.
Yeah.
But one of the things, Obadiah, I wanted you to tell us about because I've heard so much about your skills. I heard you one of the best electronic guy on your side of town. So a lot of people don't know that you have these math skills. As a matter of fact, I come and bring my stuff to you, said for you to start with it. So tell us a little about your business because I've heard a lot of good things about your small business you've been doing for years.
Yeah, my business. Today have a guy been going good, and in our little country, if you want to start something, you gotta firstly build your career, your character. You
Correct.
gotta firstly deal with your character first. Be able to be afraid of people property because these are property for others.
Right.
Phone, the electronic device, I got a lot of information stored for people.
Correct.
So when somebody trusts you with their phone, you gotta manage it good, hold it the proper way so that when you finish facing it, through that means you get another person behind from behind the person because the more you do good work, that the more recommendation comes and that the more you
Right.
survive through your little hustle. So
Correct.
that which I've been into. Being very much afraid of cheating on somebody, and I myself do. I don't level people to play fun out of my job. If I charge you, I do your work, and when the work is done, all I need is my money because I pre-fund
Oh,
nothing.
oh, 10
So
minutes.
yeah,
All you need are your
I
money.
don't
You want
let.
your TS. You just need your money.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because so that you pre-fund other people work, they feel like, oh yeah, man, I do nothing much, man, and it can be so heavy sometimes. But all in all, that's it. We are
So
pushing
what got you
far
into
and
that? What got
pushing
you
hard.
into that line of work that you took interest in that line of work? Is it something you had to go to the vocational school for, or you just naturally learn how to do it?
No, no, not at that. But the country we found ourselves, especially, it's just like unfortunate attention came on some of us. But I came out a very hard way, so a lot of disgusting market. So cover to school myself. So a lot of different things, Pepe, Vita. So so that people see me and feel like, oh yeah, no, but it's not. I did a lot of things because when I look behind me, I don't see nobody to help. So I gotta make myself strong and put myself in all those things. After school, only computer school I went, and through that means I was selling earpiece and phone pack on Broad Street. When I graduated from that little computer school, I got a little diploma. That's how I got into the phone business.
Oh
But
wow.
all in all, anything you put your hand in, once you know that you get nobody that helping you, you gotta build your career, you gotta build your you gotta build, make people to be used to you because
Correct.
the business that you're doing, it will be or in my own strengths the way I was doing it like my mother, my father, my everybody.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because that's where you
So
get your livelihood
so
from.
yeah. So I really conduct myself properly in the sense that I will never able to touch or go against people like that. Whenever it comes
Right.
to me, I treat him very good, and through that means I share phone, do that thing. Through that means you bring another person on board. That's how I've been
Correct.
surviving. Even if they feel they are program on people, they're calling me bad or bad. Like, you not come fix my
Ah,
phone. I'm like, wait,
you all jolly
wait,
jolly,
wait,
and the people need their work done.
our whole family probably. So, so that's it.
So where can
That's it.
people find your shop? Because you have become so popular that you can use that to boost your business. So where can
Yeah, my shop at Kareca City Plaza building. Yeah, on the ground floor. Small little hero, but they play nigga gold. Are you there?
Hello?